Remember, today's daily Bible thought goes along with the theme for the week, and the theme for the week is defining moments. And for each of the individuals that we'll talk about this week, they all had to have a defining moment before they got to this defining moment. They had to decide they were going to follow God no matter what. And because of that decision in their lives, because of that way that they allowed God to define them, then when they got to this point of crisis, they could let this become not just a defining moment for them, but it became a defining moment for more than just them. And interestingly enough, it becomes a defining moment for us because we have their stories to read. So today's story is, today's Bible verses are from the story of David and Goliath. And you guys all have heard of that. You've all heard of the little guy defeating the giant. You know, everybody knows that idea. But if you've never read the true story, then you need to pick up your Bible and look in the Old Testament. It's 1 Samuel 17. I'm just going to read 2 verses, otherwise this becomes a Bible study, not just a Bible thought of a couple verses. So today I'm going to read 1 Samuel 17, 45 and 47. And this is David coming up against a 9-foot armored warrior. And David's just this little shepherd guy, and it's just amazing to me that he has no fear, but it's because of who has defined him and what has defined him. And so David, the Philistines been making fun of Israel, you know, hey, you guys are chickens and you're stupid and your God's stupid, and he's just like dissing them. And David comes to bring food to his brothers and hears the giant saying these awful things about God, and David can't take it. David's like, I'm done, because he has been defined by the God of Israel, the one true God of everything, and he can't stand to hear God's name taken like that. And so David replied to the Philistine, you come to me with sword, spear, and javelin, but I come to you in the name of the Lord of heaven's armies, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied. And everyone assembled here will know that the Lord rescues his people, but not with sword and spear. This is the Lord's battle, and he will give you to us. And then you remember what David brought with him? You know, Saul tried to give David his armor, but it wouldn't fit him, and it wasn't tried and tested by David, so he couldn't wear that. And you heard what the giant had with him: sword, javelin, spear. I mean, he had it all. And David came with a slingshot and 5 smooth stones. That was it, and it only took one. He put it in the slingshot and he hit the giant right between the eyes, and that was all it took. And this moment defined David as a leader, as the leader of Israel, but it also defined, and that had happened before. See, that's the thing you guys have got to realize. The defining of character and the defining of who we are happens inside us, between us and God. And David had already made that determination, and he'd already been anointed as the next king, but it just wasn't going to happen yet. It's a lot. You guys need to read it. 1 Samuel 17. But to have a defining moment like this that changes not just your own life, but the lives of those around you, it can only happen if you're trusting in the Lord of heaven's armies. So think about what defines you and read 1 Samuel 17. It's a great story.